Cherona.
LA, are you ready to roll it out? I'm ready to announce if you're ready to roll it out. LA, taking the track? No? Read them? Read them. All right. We got Woot, Stefcon. Number 2, Karen Bout Nuffin. 6, Jaeger Bomb. 33, D-Cup. 76, Jezahel. 389, Stiletto. 500, Sheezus. 606, She Deviled Egg. 925, Sweet Home Alabama. 2022, Chance the Lapper. Happy birthday, Chance the Lapper. 3720, Hannah Barbarian. 5515, Baby V. And 9637, Jane Woe. Perfect timing. Clock just went down to 0. I don't know about you, Mary. I can't wait.
Oh, by the way, hi guys, I'm Mary. I'm a minor assault. I just skated in the previous game.
Nothing. Getting ready for the first whistle. We can barely contain our excitement. And we're underway. Full packs to start.
For San Diego, we've got 314, Kim Kong.
And who is that? Chance the Lapper? Who dis? It's Baby V. It's Baby V for LA. LA with a tripod in the back, making sure that the San Diego Jammer still escapes on the low in turn 1, coming around on her scoring pass. Baby V still in the pack, recycled back in by the San Diego defense. LA sends in some low sweep, and Baby V escapes.
Looks like
Long
San Diego.
distance jammer race. Go ahead.
Looks like San Diego's gonna try and get some points. Ooh.
Referees are going to report in the penalties while we wait here. A break in the action. Looks like our San Diego skater has recovered and has returned to her bench and appears to be okay. We love when that happens. New plans being made by both LA and San Diego, getting ready to go up for the second jam of the game.
San Diego got 4 points in that last jam.
I see 3 on the board.
Oh, it was 4. Sorry.
It's been adjusted. And we're underway. Let's see, on the jammer line, that's Lala Tiburona for SD, and Jezahel for LADD. Jezahel out in turn 1, as is Lala Tiburona, racing around in a jammer race, coming out of the second straightaway, both on the low. Jezahel says, no thank you. Third jam underway. We have Jane Woe for LA. And 213, Sugar Rage for San Diego. No points reported in that last jam, so we're still at 0 LA, 3 San Diego. Blue Jammer is successful at escaping in turn 1 again, coming around on her first scoring pass. LA Jammer still in the pack, just recovered.
Tumble there in the back.
Racing along the rail. San Diego able to temporarily recycle. Jane Woe not lead, but coming around.
San Diego decides to not go for the jammer point and call it off.
4 points, 4 more points on the board for San Diego. Yep, Baby V again on the jammer line. Second jam for LADD in this bout. Shekinah Heat, is that you? Shekinah Heat on the line for San Diego.
Baby V is out almost immediately in turn 1.
Skating around nice and smooth is Baby V. San Diego jammer Shekinah Heat still in the pack in the second straightaway.
They've got
One-on-one blocking there, taking Shekinah Heat to the infield. Baby V calls the jam. And LADD is on the board. Unfortunately, Baby V is assessed a penalty, and it will be Lala Tiburona for the San Diego Power Jam.
That means it's a power jam!
Power jam, power jam. La Tiburona runs the rail, smooth move down through turn 1, out on her initial pass.
Looks like San Diego has a goat there in the back.
Chance the Lapper threw a shoulder and was unable to stop Lala Tiburona's momentum coming around on scoring pass number 2. San Diego is working to keep the pack nice and slow as their jammer comes around. Chance the Lapper successful at taking Lala Tiburona to the infield. Still blocking one-on-one back there while being goated as well, doing double duty for LA in the back. Lala Tiburona with some fancy footwork, tiptoeing on the inside, coping, and around again, around Stiletto in the apex and coming around with 10 seconds left.
That's enough time, maybe, to get a couple more points. Let's see.
If San Diego can keep the pack slow, they might be successful. No, they're out of time.
A successful power jam nonetheless.
Yeah, very well executed by both teams. 10 points for San Diego, brings the score to 17-3 San Diego. Some penalties being recorded for LADD. We're making those adjustments now. We got Stefcon on the jammer line for LADD. And Sugar Rage for San Diego. And who is out very quickly before turn 1, coming around on her initial pass. Stefcon races past that last blue jammer and is also coming around jammer race. Even if Stefcon is not successful at scoring any points, she might though. Lead steal. Sugar Rage forgets that you can't call the jam from the infield. Steph steals lead, and we're waiting on those points to be recorded. 3 for San Diego, and 3 for Stefcon for LADD. Score 6-20. Penalties being recorded in now, making those adjustments in the pack size. Looks like a 6-pack up there. So 3 blue blockers, 3 black blockers, and each team with a jammer. Shekinah Heat on the jammer line for San Diego. And who is that, Jesus? It is Jesus coming around on her initial pass. She's coming around with a nice controlled speed, looking to see what offense is being played. Takes the rail and is caught up right there by, looks like Rogue Rammer there. Successful at getting out on the low, 1 blocker to beat, and is out, calls the jam. Is this Kim Kong's first jam for San Diego?
Second.
Second jam for Kim Kong, just kidding.
Oh, no.
Adjustments being made here.
Although I think this is
Stiletto's
first jam for LA.
Stiletto for the first time on the jammer line for LADD. Still adjustments happening. Maybe some power lineups being put in. We'll see how it goes. Stiletto's ready and solo nonetheless.
It looks like San Diego is down a blocker as well as a jammer.
Some unlucky tripped up right there in the apex. Stiletto says, slow down, let me get all the rest of these people out of play. Was successful, coming around on her initial pass. Failures are being assessed there, maybe. The pack got really slow there at the end of the second straightaway. Stiletto working against Slamurai one-on-one there. Blue recycling to the front. Black trying to make sure not everybody gets away. Make sure there's still some points available. Stiletto tries a little leg leap, unsuccessful. Takes the track versus 2 in the front. Goading is successful. 805 escapes temporarily. Is swallowed up again by the LADD offensive wall. Stiletto still working against the power couple in the front. Coming around. Completes another scoring pass with only 2 seconds left. The jam clock expires. A full scoring pass plus a jammer point for Stiletto brings a score of 15 LADD to the San Diego's 20. Official timeout. The music is going hard right now. Referees in the middle there working hard to make sure that everything is recorded properly. Everything is reported up here to our little, what do we call this? The ref table. Where are we? And we're back underway. Another little tiny pack up there. We have, is that Jane Woe? It is Jane Woe for LADD. And it looks like 313 Kim Kong for San Diego. Out like a bar of soap, right out of turn 1. Coming around lead jam is Kim Kong. Jane Woe working against that Rogue Rammer in the front. A nice sweep by Steph Kahn, but unfortunately swept her own player to the infield as well. Jane Woe does get a block in on Kim Kong, however, because why not? Working against that 2 wall of San Diego defense in the back. As Kim Kong is working against the power couple, we got Steph Kahn and, is that Hannah? And Hannah Barbarian in the front. Jam expires without another successful pass from Kim Kong. 3 points scored by San Diego.
For San Diego, we have Lala Tiburona, and all the way in the back for LA,
the Jaeger Bomb. Just kidding. LADD timeout. Scores 15 LADD to 23 San Diego. I don't know about you, Mary. I'm having a fantastic time at like the, what do we want to call it? Like Chingadera Revisited. It's been 4 seasons since we were able to hold this tournament. So it's actually like pretty special that we have some RDCL sanctioned tournaments going on, full bouts. It's been some really exciting roller derby. It's been really nice to see a lot of people that I haven't seen in a very long time. So if today was the first time you saw me in a very long time, hello.
I think it's nice, especially that they're full games. I mean, they're very tiring, but like tournaments are sometimes, well, yeah, it's sad when you have to like play games and they're short, but
Yeah, you feel like you just get warmed up and the bout is over.
I know. Yeah, but no, it's really fun because most of the people I see.
Mary, what happened? It's now a power jam.
Oh,
Miraculously,
no.
Jaeger bomb in there for a power jam coming in. A full head of steam, hits a seam coming through, breaks through that initial back wall, working on the last, recycled blue wall in the front. Slamurai up there leading a little tripod action.
It looks like San Diego has a full pack of blockers, so this is going to be really challenging to get through.
Right, they're actively recycling, making sure Jaegerbomb loses momentum, any momentum that she's able to get. LADD is absolutely swarming, though, however. She just currently has the panty, doesn't have it on yet. No scoring jammer just yet. Still working on that very well recycling San Diego 4-wall. Jammers dumped down to the infield in second straightaway.
Looks about with 3, 2, 1 seconds left in the jam, yeah.
Yes, everybody should clap for that. A power jam kill, we love to see it. Defense wins games.
Is it a reverse power jam? Oh,
we
no.
do. The pendulum has swung all the way back the other way. We have Lala Tiburona on the line for San Diego. And it looks like at least 1-player advantage, 2-player advantage. Yeah, so it literally swung all the way back the other way. Now LA has an opportunity to build a little bit of momentum here. Defensive momentum, making sure that Jammer scores as few points as possible. Sweetie has to let Lala Tiburona out in the front as she was called out of play. Coming around on her first scoring pass. LA recycles to the front, running a little accordion here. See who can get caught, catch who chasing. Got to slow in the front, got to speed up in the back. The pack regains a little bit of structure there right past the pivot alley as Lala Tiburona works against a firmly recycling LA defense. Blue swooping in, trying to make some high and low sweeps. Lala Tiburona calls a jam.
Was that another defensive
Yes, another
shutdown?
successful power D kill. Everybody clap.
I love to see it. Like, yeah.
We love to see it.
As a defensive, minded person myself, I love defense, so.
As is common, a highly penalized power O for San Diego. Looks like Stiletto working in the front. Little jammer race.
We hear the coach
Sugar
calling
Rage
it from
says,
the bench.
no thank you.
It is better to get a 0-0 jam than the other team to score points.
Especially if your team doesn't have the score advantage at the time, right? It's teams that are not currently winning the bout. They're trying to conserve as much game clock as possible to change their stars a little bit. And if your team happens to be winning, you want to make sure that your lead is protected. Just turned into a power for LADD.
I think that's Jezahel.
Yes, Jezahel on the jammer line for the black and silver.
Oh, some stuff going on in the blocker
Yeah, a little
box.
bit of jostling for position there. See what happens. Ideally, Jezahel. Oh, my goodness.
That was
Rogue
smooth.
Rammer, the hero of the moment, took a full chest full of Jezahel, able to slow her down just enough and really grind that jammer in the front. We have a little pity bowl really pushing that pack up in the front, goaded back there, but really making sure jammers can still block in the front by keeping that pack together. They send up Jesus. Wall breaks apart temporarily. LA is swooping in. Successful jammer bait, and Jezahel is out in turn 3, coming around on her initial pass. 15 seconds left in the jam.
LA is holding a goat in
Little
the
goat back there. She just goes up as a little yo-yo. Jezahel takes the low. As Rogue Rammer loses their footing, the jam is over.
Five-point power jam for LA.
Successfully skated and successfully defended. Great job, everybody. She Deviled Egg on the jammer line for LADD, and Shekinah Heat for San Diego. Both jammers initially caught up in their defensive and offensive walls in the back there. Jam is called off. Maybe an errant whistle, we'll find out. Jammer reset. It looks like maybe the jam started with too many people.
Oh. Jam reset, same people.
We're going to give that another shot.
Yeah. It looks like San Diego's
Okay, She Deviled
jammer
Egg
has
comes
taken-
out of turn 2 on her initial pass.
There's a star
Shekinah
pass
Heat,
from San Diego.
passes the star. So now we're looking at Hedy Lascar coming around as the blue jammer for San Diego United. I hope everyone saw that. That was cool. We don't see a rail spin high in turn 4 very often. Kind of magical.
It's very scary, so props.
Respect.
This will probably be the last jam of the first quarter. Oh yeah, it will be. The clock's at 0.
We got Baby V on the jammer line for LADD and Kim Kong for Derby United. Both hit the pack. Baby V working against Rogue Rammer in the front and Snips.
Kim Kong has one LA blocker to get around, and she gets out.
Beats Jesus in the front, coming around for scoring pass. Baby V still in the pack, lays a block on Kim Kong. She's back there anyway, why not help out? Hits that 3 wall of LADD in the front. She's just working on the low. We got caring about nothing in the middle. A little support from Hannah Barbarian. And that is it for the first quarter. We're LADD 22, San Diego Derby United 30. It's LADD 22, San Diego Derby United 30. Mary did look up the address to the after party tomorrow, which hopefully everybody can stay in town long enough to attend. Come have a burger, possibly an adult beverage, and if you're not an adult, come eat anyway. We'll be there. It's a nice patio. The weather is beautiful in Arizona at this time of year. We hope to see you tomorrow.
It is at 201 East Roosevelt Street, Phoenix, AZ 85004. There you go.
Thank you, Mary. 5 seconds until we're back underway for the second quarter. LADD versus San Diego Derby United. And we're underway. Lala Tiburona on the jammer line for San Diego Derby United, and Stiletto for Los Angeles. A little jockeying for position on the jammer line. Let's see what they decide to do. A little slow bring up by Stiletto, and then speed. Lala Tiburona able to keep her balance after a little hip bump there, coming around on her initial pass. Stiletto still in the pack, using her agility to move high and low to trick those blockers. Speeds up, one blocker to beat. Rogue Rammer in the front. Rogue Rammer has to let Stiletto out. She's at the very edge of the engagement zone, coming around on a jammer race. Lala Tiburona goes ahead and calls the jam as Stiletto approached. Yes, it is Sugar Rage with the leopard print. And we got Woot on the jammer line, Steph Con for LADD. Steph Con works her way past the last two blockers in the front, coming around lead jammer for you.
Meanwhile, Sugar Rage also breaks out and is racing towards the pack, hoping to get some points as well.
Woot reading that offense. Steph Con through all the way, calls the jam. Smoothly navigates all the open gaps and gets all the points. 4 points for Steph Con, bringing LADD up to 26 to San Diego Derby United's 33. We got She Deviled Egg on the line for LADD and Chicana Heat for San Diego Derby United. They're both working their way around turn 1 and 2. She Deviled Egg, one blocker to beat in the front, and she does. Has to yield that low. She Deviled Egg coming around on her scoring pass. Chicana Heat working against Jesus in the back there. Two blockers to beat. A recycling LA Wall, Stiletto and Jesus in the front, trying to make sure that Chicana Heat doesn't have any room to accelerate. She Deviled Egg working against a 2-3, a tripod of San Diego Derby United in the back. Dumped right there, right past the pivot alley. Still speeding up, still lead jam. Takes a hit to the chest, calls the jam.
That's Kim Kong for San Diego. And right now she is the only jammer. Is it a power jam? Looks like one.
It appears to be a San Diego power jam. Chase says, official timeout. Hearts, is that maybe Valentine's Day belated? Pack looks a little thin there. We got 3 in the blocker box for LADD. Only 2 blockers in there for Derby United. And we got Kim Kong on the jammer line. Jaeger takes Kim Kong down to the inside, working against an LA 2-wall in the front. Steph Khan is making sure her blockers stay in play by pushing those walls up. A little sweep on the high, and Kim Kong is sprung by her offensive players. Now they're just trying to slow that pack down. Jaeger, successful at getting out, is controlling the accordion. LA in the front, in a position to points protect. San Diego has to come in and play some active offense, hopefully giving Kim Kong some help there. Excellent recycling by LADD. Kim Kong is able to push past Steph Khan.
We've got about 10 seconds left.
We got Jaeger and Steph Khan in the back, hopefully a little 2-wall. Super slow. Super slow and successful.
Nice.
Good job. Great job in the back from Steph Khan and Jaeger. We got Baby V on the jammer line. Oh, we switched. All right, so LADD Power Jam. This would be an excellent opportunity for them to shrink up the very small Derby United lead.
You got to be really careful when you're jamming power jams because all the rest have all their focus on you now. So if you commit a penalty, they catch it, and it sucks.
Baby V on her way into the pack. A little juke here, a little juke there. One blocker to beat, 2 blockers to beat. Rogue Rammer and Aces there in the front for Derby United. Trying to keep Baby V from escaping.
Yeah. It looks
Squeezing
like
that
LA.
points together. A low sweep in there. Successful. Yes, Baby V is successful coming around on her initial pass. Out and coming around to score. Let's see what Derby United decides to do in the back. They're not in points protect just yet. No walls. Yep, they're a wall right there in the front. Rogue Rammer and Aces in the front. LADD tripod in the back, making sure that goat is nice and secure. Trusting Baby V to just do some. Who just swept in? Who is that? It's Jezahel. I knew it. Jezahel swept in, made sure Jammer got the rest of the points.
Five points for the LA Derby Dolls.
Skaters are being told to return to their benches. OTO, says Chase. And a shrug. We don't either. We just go here, bro. Me too. Okay, now some penalty clarification coming in from the regulators. Just making sure everything is good to go before we resume play. Welcome back, LADD juniors. Hopefully you had a nice meal. Looks like we got everything figured out. Everybody knows how many skaters they get to field. We're about to be underway. Whiteboard is being reported. Lots of dry erase up there. Regulators are taking position. Plans are being made in team boxes. The whistle should be blowing momentarily. And there it is. We're underway. Lala Tiburona on the jammer line for Derby United, and Stiletto for LADD. Not the tiniest pack, but pretty small either way. Stiletto out on the coping. Lala Tiburona out on the rail, coming around jammer race. Stiletto is deciding whether to accelerate, and she does. Coming around to make sure that if San Diego has not escaped, we'll see if there are any points available. There were not, so she decides to call the jam. Fantastic jammer race. Everybody clap.
I heard jammer.
Yes, so it appears that double jammer, double jammer down. Double jammer down.
Things are happening.
Okay. Yes, not a power jam. We saw. They're working it out. They're working it out. We saw Punk run up and take one of her skaters off just to make sure that everybody has the right number. There we go. That's looking pretty good.
All right, it looks like we have Sugar Rage for San Diego.
And Jaeger Bomb for LA. One juke to the high, and she is past Aces, coming around on her first scoring pass. Sugar Rush loses her balance and is resetting to the back. Jaeger gets that lap point coming around, busts right through a seam. Oh, stays on her feet, keeps coming around.
That balance was impressive.
That's strength. That's a former wrestler for you coming around. Second scoring pass, sees active offense being played. One juke pass, calls the jam. So smooth. I was having flashbacks. That reminds me of Jaeger of old. Loved it.
And that's 9 points for the LA Derby Dolls.
And LADD just took the lead, 43-42.
Lead change.
And we just pendulum swung again the other way. We have a power jam for our LADD. Stiletto on the jammer line for LA. A small pack for San Diego. One blocker and one jammer in the penalty box. And one LADD skater penalized as well. Jam starts. Stiletto, little shoulder shake. Little shove, a little jump, and out in front coming around lead jam. Back to the first straightaway. Pack is slow in turn two. Squeezes out on the rail, as she tends to do. Any little gap, and Stiletto is through it. LADD working hard to make sure that the pack is nice and slow and ideally in the exact same place as it was when Stiletto was their last pass. Squeezes herself through on the rail. By on the coping, coming around again. Another full pass for Stiletto. 18 seconds left in the jam. Plenty of time if that pack is nice and slow. Black is working to make that happen. Stiletto takes the high. Works against the two wall of San Diego in the front. Successful at a tiptoe. One blocker to beat. Let's see how she did. Either way, that was fantastic jam for Stiletto. Clap, clap.
For the first time for San Diego, it looks like we've got Jax. Got real quiet.
She's on the jammer line for LADD. San Diego, it is 43. Jax, the co-captain for San Diego Derby United. She's unfortunately lost their balance, but is back up. Same scoring pass, right? Jammer race coming around. Jax is looking for any openings. Karen Bout nothing. And Jane Woe in the back. Excellent little power couple there, making sure that as few points were scored as possible. Fantastically defended there in the back by LADD. We have Jaegerbomb on the jammer line for LADD. And Kim Kong for Derby United. Score is currently 58 LADD to Derby United's 42. Kim Kong working against Sweetie in the back there. Jaegerbomb coming around lead jam. Kim Kong trying to use speed to get past that last LA blocker and is successful. Jaegerbomb's trying to score, tries to duck under the rump of that last San Diego blocker, calls a jam. She tried. Stiletto on the jammer line for LADD and Lala Tiburona for San Diego Derby United. Penalties being reported now. Pack being adjusted. Looks like 3 blockers. We have a little 6-pack going on. 1 blocker each for each team in the penalty box. We're underway. Lala Tiburona takes the low. Stiletto takes the high this time and is at least temporarily slowed down by Rogue Rammer. And Snips and Rogue Rammer in the front working against Stiletto. Very close to the edge of the engagement zone, was successful taking Stiletto to the infield. Lala Tiburona coming around after a full scoring pass. Coming around at full speed. Blue recycles to the front. Has to slow down. Pack splits in the first straightaway. Tiburona against a LADD 3-wall in the back. Rail spin high in right before turn 1. Working against that black recycling wall. Tiptoeing around the coping. Thinks she got by everybody, calls a jam. Very successful regular jam. 10 points for San Diego Derby United.
We got Woot for LA, that's Steph Kahn, and
Shekinah Heat. And Shekinah Heat for San Diego. We're hearing calls of blue is clear from the infield, so a full pack for San Diego. LA also appears to be clear. Lots of bodies out there. Steph Kahn working high and then low, successful at swooping by 805 Hedy Lascar for San Diego. Shekinah Heat is also out on the same scoring pass. Steph Kahn coming around, seeing any points available. One-legged on the coping. A full scoring pass for Steph Kahn. Score is 63 LADD to Derby United's 52. Again, that was a full scoring pass. 4 points for Steph Kahn. Pack size being adjusted for penalties currently being sat. We have Jesus on the jammer line for LADD. And Jax, the co-captain for San Diego Derby United. Jax working out. Jaeger takes Jax to the infield. Jesus is lead jam coming around. A lot of speed and a lot of power with that LADD jammer. We'll see what blue can do. Star pass to Rogue Rammer, the co-captain. Co-captain? Rogue Rammer is captain. The captain coming around to score. Jesus calls the jam. Rogue Rammer got that helmet panty on really, really fast. I'm impressed. We got Kim Kong on the jammer line for San Diego Derby United. And she is exactly in front of LADD. Baby V. Baby V for LADD. Baby V takes the rail. Tries to dip down in the turn. Unsuccessful. Takes a spill. Kim Kong out lead jam for San Diego Derby United. Baby V working with one friendly and one opponent in the front. An unfortunate little trip up in the front there. Both jammers making contact on the high on the rail in the second straightaway. A little jammer on jammer action there in the back of the pack. Baby V still in the pack. Power couple in the front for San Diego. We got Hedy Lascar in the front in this power wall. And Salty Siren. Kim Kong really working hard to try to get those hips past, even if she is unsuccessful at passing the blocker's body, making sure that her hips are past that other jammer's hips so she can get that point. Lala Tiburona on the jammer line for San Diego Derby United. I see a challenge flag flying in from LADD's bench. So we're going to bring everybody down while we discuss that. Okay, looks like the coaches have said their piece. Let the deliberation begin.
I assume it was for the jammer penalty on LA. I didn't read what it was for, so.
I don't even think I saw the whiteboard. Chase is coming over with a sucker to give us the T. LADD is currently challenging the low block that was assessed to their jammer in the previous jam. Thanks, Chase. A few lead changes in the last 4 or 5 jams, a little bit of back and forth going on between LADD and San Diego Derby United.
It's less than 10-point difference. It's a very close game.
We do love it. It's been well contested. I'm really enjoying watching it. Got 2 seconds left in the second quarter. So regardless, we will have at least one more jam. Just got to wait to figure out whether LADD has a jammer or nah.
The penalty. The penalty was upheld, so that means we're going to have a San Diego Power Jam.
Okay, plans are being made. Lineups are being adjusted. I think that's Jane Woe in the point of the far bench, ready to race up there. Can't wait. I can't wait either. Looks like San Diego intends to jam Lala Tiburona. Double jammer down. So, no, it's not going to be a power jam. It's not going to be a power jam. Both teams are going to feel the jammer. Fantastic. We love it. Stiletto on the jammer line for LADD and Lala Tiburona for Derby United. But the pack is indeed tiny. For anybody that doesn't watch a lot of bank track roller derby, that's the smallest the pack can be. Lala Tiburona takes advantage of a little bit of disorganization right outside of the pivot alley, coming around on her first scoring pass. Stiletto still stuck behind Rogrammer, but not for long. Out also, coming around second straight away. Two, while unsuccessful at stopping Lala Tiburona, calls a jam.
That is 4 points for San Diego to close out the second quarter.
Yeah, shrunk that lead up to only 4 points. So basically, a single scoring pass in one jam is now the difference between LADD and SD Derby United. 90 seconds until we return to the roller derby action. Just as a reminder, our score is sitting at 65 LA Derby Dolls to San Diego Derby United 61. We have the LA Juniors pumping up the adults. We love it. We love the pom-poms, everything about it. We have actually our own pom-pom warrior. She's not currently pom-pomming, but we have Ruby down here right past the jammer line. Usually has her pom-poms out as well. LA threw up a cheer, getting the line up ready. San Diego also appears to have their line called, plans made. We're underway in about 15 seconds. She's just on the jammer line for LADD. It is Kim Kong, number 314 for Derby United. And we're underway. Jesus and Kim Kong both try the high side, both turned away. Jesus comes straight out in turn one, coming around on her initial pass. Kim Kong is also out. Jammer race between LA and San Diego. Pack is adjusting. Blue went into points protect but was unsuccessful. One go there in the back for Jesus, gets the 1 point, calls the jam.
We have
1 point for Jesus in the back, 66-61 LA. Lala Tiburona on the jammer line for San Diego. And Jane Woe for LADD. Able to keep her balance even though she took like 2 or 3 hits from Slamurai coming around in the straightaway. Lala Tiburona fast on her heels. Jane Woe looking up in the pack, see if there's any points available. Steph Con swooping in, Stiletto swooping in. Jane Woe takes a high, so does Lala Tiburona. Box appears to be clear as well. No points for either team. Super fast jammer race that ended in kind of a weird place up here in turn 3.
that is Sugar Rage for San Diego.
And that's Chance the Lapper for LADD. Keeping those feet moving, working against a recycling SCDD wall in the front is Chance the Lapper. Have some falls in turn 2. Changes the pack definition just a little bit. Chance the Lapper takes an inside arm from Jesus. Comes around, both jammers out on the same pass. Sugar Rage and Chance the Lapper approaching the pack at approximately the same time. Sugar Rage jumps the coping, successful. Oh, a little bit of a collision there in the back. Looks like everybody's okay. Stiletto on the jammer line for LADD. And Jax, the SD co-captain on the jammer line for San Diego. Panny is off for Jax. Rides the coping. Stefcon takes her out. Stefcon and the LADD tripod successful. Making sure that Hammer and Nail is keeping that Jax firmly pinned up against the coping. Stiletto working against a 2-wall of San Diego in the front. Looks like Tiger Lily and Slamurai in the front. Black offense successful right here in turn 1. Stiletto calls the jam. 5 points for Stiletto, 71 LADD to Derby United 65. Power jam for LADD. We got She Deviled Egg on the jammer line for Los Angeles. Takes the high, wiggles around in the back wall of blue. Stays on her feet as the blue wall recycles around. Some low sweeps from her team's offensive unit. Try to get her out, and out she is on her initial pass. She's just working in the back. Who else is back there? We got Karen Bout-Nuffin. Who else is back there? Jezahel back there. Offensive strike by Sheezus. Successful. Oop. She double leg dump to the infield. Little revenge hitting by Sheezus coming in. Takes the rail and is coming around with about 18 seconds left to get back to the pack. LA keeping it nice and slow in the back. Pack splits. Pack is in the back. Rogue Rammer, the goat back there. She double leg coming around. Sheezus comes in for an offensive strike. A little bit of a pile up there in the first apex. Jam expires.
There was a big race to get to the corner on the back line there.
Yes, Hanna-Barbarian versus Slamurai to get that high corner in the back. Points being reported in. San Diego Derby United Power Jam. Kim Kong on the jammer line. We got Slamurai.
I see
we
a
got Salty
challenge
Siren.
flag.
Oh, maybe not.
I saw a challenge brewing, and I was
Chance
waiting for it.
Chase is approaching. Chase says, please don't run me over. And then says, OTO. Oh, challenge black. Come spill the tea when you know it.
It was on the jammer penalty for black.
Looks like LA is challenging the jammer penalty on She Deviled Egg. Coaches are giving all of their details to Lollipop down there. So if you're wondering what actually happens during this, both coaches approach.
I believe it is in arms. The handwriting is kind of small.
Looks like B. LA's jammer was assessed a back block, and that is the penalty that is currently being challenged.
In arms, don't listen to me.
And it might not seem like much, but LA did sneakily get a little bit more than 10 points ahead there with those last 7 jammer points that were awarded. So we're looking at LADD 78 to San Diego Derby United 65. With approximately 10 minutes left in the third quarter of your final game of the first day of the 2024 4th annual Chingadera. Challenge was upheld, which means LADD will skate short a jammer in the upcoming jam. Details are being shared with both coaches by Lollipop. We got Dr. B and Whoopi in there getting the information.
I believe there was more than the jammer penalty on the whiteboard for LA, so they will be skating down more than
one jammer, one blocker? We'll see.
I believe so. Like I said, I think I was wrong earlier, so don't quote me.
Mary's quote of the evening, don't quote me. Okay, LA takes the track. We got Hannah Barbarian in there. We got Stiletto. And is that Jane Woe? Jane Woe. The Lala Tiburona takes the high rail. Temporarily successful. Hits Jane Woe in the front. Hits Jane Woe again. Stiletto tries to do one little hip bump. Jane Woe, a beautiful recycle and so close to neutralizing that jammer in the front. Lala Tiburona coming around on her first scoring pass. Accordion being run. You'll see the black defense and the blue offense kind of come together in like this motion that they come together and then they part again. We call that the accordion. Stiletto versus the jammer. Out of play in the front, has to let Lala Tiburona go. Blues recycling to the front. Black recycles to the back. It's a nice advantage position for them. A nice back three wall. They run the accordion trap successfully. Makes that black wall split apart. Well executed. We'll see how many points Lala Tiburona is awarded. Looks like 8 for Lala Tiburona. Brings SD Derby United within 5 points of LADD's 78.
We got Kim. No, maybe. Yes.
We got Kim Kong on the jammer line. Yes. And Jezahel for LA.
Okay. It looked like there was some
To a
readjustment for a
raucous
second.
round of applause from the audience. Jezahel working against that last blocker. Successful.
Oh,
Kim
this is
Kong
very
also
close.
out. Jezahel calls the jam.
We got Steph Con for LA on the jammer line and Sugar Age for San Diego.
Again, a nice round of applause for Steph Con from the juniors. We see you LA juniors in the crowd. Steph Con works against Salty Siren in the back. Recycling is San Diego. Tiger Lily has to let her go. Steph Con coming around on a jammer race. Sugar Ridge approaching a black LA wall in the back. Successfully pirouettes. Takes the coping right there in turn 3 and calls the jam. Yep, go ahead.
Once again, that's Kim Kong and Stiletto for LA.
It's going to be a San Diego Derby United pack advantage, as there is one LADD skater in the penalty box currently being served from the previous jam. Stiletto working against a 4-wall of San Diego in the front. Kim Kong against a 2-wall of Jezahel and Baby V in the back. Baby V working one-on-one. Still working against the jammer is LA in the back. Jezahel, caring about nothing, and Baby V. Kim Kong stashes that star, but still firmly has it in her grasp. Too far away to actually pass it to Rogue Rammer, but hopefully tricking the LADD jammers into letting her out. Stiletto still working against a recycling San Diego Derby United wall in the front. Kim Kong also still in. Still yet to have anyone break out of this pack as lead. Well
And the
defended
jammers were
by
down.
both teams. Everybody clap. Well defended by both teams.
Let's go defense.
Clap. We got about 6 minutes left in the third quarter. A 1-point game at the moment. LADD squeaking out a lead at the moment, 78 to San Diego Derby United 77. We got Jane Woe on the jammer line and Lala Tiburona for San Diego. Full back? No, San Diego's got one. Looks like LA has the advantage in this jam. San Diego down at least one blocker. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Chase is going up on the track. She doesn't wanna.
Don't be mad at her.
Official timeout. We would much rather it be right. Good job. I don't know when it was assessed, but it appears that there has been at least one penalty assessed to the previous LADD jammer Stiletto. 2 penalties on the board for black, 1 penalty on the board for blue. So we'll be dealing with a slim pack and a San Diego Derby United Power Jam. Skaters take the track. Hannah Barbarian, Stefcon, and Jane Woe, the 3 picked by LADD. We got 4-5-1 Tiger Lily,
LA gotta watch
Slamurai,
that high.
and Headless Scar in there for San Diego. Lala Tiburona out just into turn 2, coming around on our scoring pass. The accordion being played. No offensive strike yet, just making sure that they're drawing those opponents closer to them to give them a better opportunity to play some offense upon them when they arrive. A turn is an excellent place to try an offensive strike, but they are unsuccessful. The accordion still being run as Lala Tiburona comes into the pack. The black wall a little bit disorganized, but Woot sees Lala Tiburona and makes sure that that coping is covered. Jane Woe and Stefcon working against Lala Tiburona. Excellent recycling by LA. Lala Tiburona dumped to the infield in the apex. Still coming around, actively scoring is this jammer. 1 to beat in the front. Stefcon says no. A little bit of a spill, we'll see. Definitely a little bit of a pile up there. Looks like everybody is okay. We're glad to see that because she's on the jammer line for LADD and Sugar Rage for San Diego Derby United. Stefcon was penalized in that last jam and is now in the penalty box. LADD is going to be 1 skater down for the duration of this jam as she sits that penalty. Sugar Rage working against Jezebel
The LA
in the back.
jammer was able to get out because the San Diego blockers who took her down also came off of the track. So
Right. Position didn't have to be on her, so Jesus just went ahead and went. High rail wide open for Jesus, gets all of the points. Baby V on the jammer line for LADD. And we got Kim Kong on the jammer line for SDDU. Stadu.
and Lad.
Short 1 blocker in there for SDDU. Kim Kong is unceremoniously taken down to the ground. Baby V coming around on her scoring pass. Panty is off for SDDU. Again, very far away from the pivot, so much more likely a stash than an actual pass going on. Baby V working against that last blocker. Slamurai successfully hits Baby V to the infield. Recycles to the front. Baby V working against Stiletto. Successfully distracted by Hannah the Barbarian. Coming around is Baby V to score. Hedy Lascar coming in, but the jam is called off before she has an opportunity to score. Stefcon on the jammer line for LADD.
And Sugar Rage for San Diego.
Score still really tight as we approach the end of the third quarter. 89 LADD to San Diego Derby United 82. Black Jammer just exited the track. Everybody came down. A timeout has been called by San Diego Derby United. Some penalties up there on the whiteboard as well, so they're looking at a small pack in the upcoming jam. Tornado Alley, don't tell me what to do.
We still got StefCon
I can do
and
whatever I
Sugar
want.
Rage on the jammer line.
And StefCon for LADD. Jam's underway. StefCon takes it high. Sugar Rage also takes the high. Jammer race.
Blocked by our own player a little bit.
StefCon
but
says, I'm fast. And StefCon accelerates. Sees that 1 point offense working so hard to get that 1 point. StefCon wants it. StefCon takes it. Fantastic jammer race executed by both jammers for both teams there. We got Jesus on the jammer line for LADD and Kim Kong for San Diego Derby United. Woo, woo, woo. Jam's underway. She's on the high, as is Kim Kong. Kim Kong swoops past Baby V, but is still recycled in by Stiletto. She's just coming around on her first scoring pass. Kim Kong busts out in turn 1 in the high side. She's just coming around before San Diego gets their bearings. One blocker to beat, calls a jam.
We've got about 40 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. The score is 96 LA Derby Dolls to 82 San Diego.
Lala Tiburona on the jammer line for San Diego Derby United. And who is that? Is that She Deviled Egg for LA? Yes. The jam's underway. She Deviled Egg takes the high side. Lala Tiburona takes the low side, tiptoeing out in the coping. Jammer race. Lala Tiburona says, no thank you, calls the jam.
That's Baby V, I think. Yeah.
Yep, Baby V on the jammer line for LADD. Should have at least one more jam. There was a little bit of time left on that game clock, and we will. Looks like Power O for Baby V. Power O for LADD. Full pack of San Diego skaters, however, so we'll see if they can get together and decrease the impact of this power jam right here at the end of the third quarter. Baby V, a nice little juke to the high side, catches Rogue Rammer in the front, squeezes out on the coping, out before the end of turn 1, coming around on her first scoring pass. Black working on a goat in the back. We got Jezahel, Jane Woe, Stiletto, and StefCon in there. StefCon an offensive strike on the blue wall in the front, splitting them, hitting them, distracting them, making sure that Baby V gets out nice and clean. San Diego regroups. LA plans their next offensive strike, a nice slow pack. Baby V coming up, reading the friendly open shoulder of StefCon and high in turn 4. Coming around, uncontested, until Rogue Rammer says, please leave. Blue is getting back together. Baby V lets the jam clock expire. Well executed by both teams. LADD. Did they report yet? We're waiting on the report for the score of that jam, making sure that all the penalties are reported and recorded before we get that score. We're 10 seconds from being underway. Again, final quarter of the first day of 2024 Chingadera. If you saw some of your good roller derby friends today that you haven't seen in like 4 years, exchange phone numbers again, say hello, shake hands, high fives. Roller derby's supposed to be fun.
Give him a hug. I don't know.
Hug if you're into that.
Yeah, maybe ask first. Respect boundaries.
All right, LADD appears to have called their lineup. SDDU, Stadu. And it looks like a challenge flag is coming in from Stadu. Karen said, what the heck? I got all the way up here. San Diego is also still a little bit confused, but Dr. B has absolutely handed a red challenge flag to Lollipop in the infield. Whoopi's coming over to get their deliberation on.
What's we challenging? Do we know? Yeah?
Chase is coming over again, spilling the tea.
You teased us.
Dr. B is currently challenging a penalty that was assessed right there at the end of the previous quarter. Still talking to Lollipop. Lollipop is furiously writing down all of his comments. Whoopi appears very engaged as well. Whiteboard has the penalties from the last jam of the third quarter recorded and is being shown around. Turn it this way. Turn it a little bit more. Yeah. Currently, looks like 2 blockers will be penalized for SDDU and 1 blocker for LADD. Taking control. This is a banger. I don't know why the crowd's not singing. I see the head bopping. This song's lit. Let's go.
The Eagle's Nest banging. Yeah. We see you, Sandy.
Okay, yeah, we got
Volty.
Sandy and Volt with a little side-to-side bop. Yes. Who else? Yep. Jane Woe singing in the penalty box. Yes. Yes. Okay, it appears deliberation is over. Whoopi and Dr. B talking to Lollipop. We got the U signal from the regulator, so it looks like that penalty is going to be upheld. So that means Blue will be skating down 2 blockers in the upcoming jam. Black will be skating down 1.
I think we've had like 3 challenges this game and 3 upheld penalties, so no successful challenges. So, damn. Dang, that sucks.
Looks like Jane Woe's in the penalty box. And San Diego has at least 2 blockers in the penalty box. LADD's plan appears to be made. San Diego also appears to be ready. Regulators are getting ready. We're about to be underway. Wasn't there already? And we have finally arrived at the first jam of the 4th quarter. Sugar Rage on the jammer line for SDDD. She's just coming around for Los Angeles. She just looks up, sees what kind of offense is being played. Sugar Rage does the same. She just keeps that race going long enough for her to call the jam. Jagerbomb on the jammer line for LADD. And then looks like Jax, the co-captain for SDDU. Blue's going to be skating 1 down. We got an advantage, LADD. Jaeger coming in at speed. Jax tries to take the rail. Jagerbomb smooth through on the coping. Jax still caught in the back. Panty is off, looking for possibly a pass. Stashed at the moment. Jagerbomb just slices through the pack. Low center of gravity, not very tall, very difficult to block if you don't already have a wall set up. Jaeger coming in. Some contact being made. Some falling happening right there in the straightaway. It appears everybody is okay. The jam is over. Baby V on the jammer line for LADD.
It appears.
And here comes the rest of San Diego. Here we go.
Is that Kim Kong for San Diego? Yeah.
It is Kim Kong. We got
Kim Kong, by the way, I really
Petty
like your
Lascar.
name.
We got Salty Siren.
Super cool.
We got Little Pity Bull. And we have Holly Scree in the pack for San Diego. Kim Kong through on the rail. Baby V caught up in the apex there by San Diego. Takes a little whip off of Jezahel and is out on the same scoring pass. We got a long distance jammer race. A nice LA wall in the back there. A little hip bump by Kim Kong. Think she might have recycled everybody already. Calls the jam way up on the rail. Emphatically calls the jam way up on the rail. It's hard to see up there. All right, so we have a score update. We have LADD with 112, slowly pulling away from San Diego Derby United. Looks like a power jam for Lala Tiburona. So this is an excellent opportunity for San Diego Derby United to shrink that gap at 85. Just kidding, double jammer down. Stiletto is back. So actually a pretty common pairing that we've seen this bout so far. 85 SDDU to LADD 112. Jam's underway with about 12 minutes left in the 4th quarter of this bout. Both jammers still in. Defensive wall, some small lateral movement, making sure that both jammers are still in. And both jammers are out just about immediately. A nice little show of sportsmanship there at the front of the pack. We love to see it. Clean jams from both teams. Sugar H, yes? She's just on the jammer line for LADD. No. Yeah, Sugar H for SDDU. LADD, she's this. 2 wall in the front. SDDU go ahead and takes that lead. San Diego, Tiger Lily working one-on-one versus Jesus in the back. She's just coming up to some friendly shoulders there. Sweeps through on the low in turn 4. Sugar Ridge coming up into a a defensive wall, takes a solid hit from Jane Woe, gets the points that were available, calls a jam. 3 points for San Diego Derby United on the board, bringing their score up to 88 to LADD's 112. SDDU has their pack in order, and it appears to be a power jam that's going to be skated for LADD by Jagerbomb way back here, high in the turn. If you can't see her, she is there. Taking the low again, love it. A little hop, skip, and a jump, and she's through on her scoring pass. No blue wall just yet to stop Jagerbomb. We talked earlier, jammers like her specifically need a wall that's already there. Jagerbomb successful, that takes out the power couple that's in the front. Not really a wall yet. Blue finally gets together in the front. Black offensive strike. Stiletto trying to sweep that high. Caring about nothing, sweeping on the low. Jagerbomb successful at, the whip was almost successful. Accidentally drug Stiletto down on accident right here in turn 4. A little bit unlucky. It would have been super cool. Jagerbomb says, bros chill. Works against that last blocker, gets a full scoring pass right there at the end. Nice and patient. It's the mark of a veteran right there, y'all.
Jagerbomb, I think you're my hero.
Did you ever know that you're my hero? And a clean jam from both teams. Very well executed, both teams. A 10-point power jam for Jagerbomb brings LADD up to 122 versus San Diego Derby United 88.
For the next jam, we got Baby V for LA and Jax. Yeah, that's Jax for San Diego. Baby V is out of the pack, coming around for the scoring pass, and Jax is in the back of the pack. It looks like with the star off, so an attempt at a star pass. Baby V out again. The star has successfully been passed to the pivot to Tiger Lily. And it looks like Baby V is going to try to get one more. Yep. Couple more points before calling off the jam. That was 6 points for Baby V.
She's just on the jammer line for LADD, and Kim Kong for SDDU. A little bit of personnel changes there for San Diego, and we're about to be underway. Looks like a 6-pack in there, so both teams being sat, currently sitting a penalty. Kim Kong coming around lead jam. She's just not out yet, working versus Hedy Lascar in the front, successful at passing. Coming around. She's just is, did they skate a person down on accident?
It looks like LA skated short on accident.
Whoops. All right, we have Stiletto on the jammer line for LADD and Lala Tiburona for SDDU. Stiletto's being called down, as Jesus and Karen were both assessed a penalty in that previous jam. It's going to be a Lala Tiburona and therefore SDDU power jam. We're underway. Takes a low. Successful at getting past Jezahel. Black is swarming though, however, making sure that hips and shoulders are in front, keeping that pack nice and slow, waiting for and making SDD have to come up and attack. Everybody's legs are tangled up as we get back upright and in play. There we go. We're back underway. Lala Tiburona still working against a recycling LADD defense. Still not out, still working, and finally breaks through on the front. We got blue lead. 17 seconds left in the jam. The pack is up there with Hedy Lascar up there making the pack. LADD goes into points protect. Hedy Lascar still making sure that they're a little bit agitated. Jam clock expires. Blue 0 as well. Yep. Really well defended power jam by LADD. That was a 0-point score. Yes, you should be clapping. It's hard to do.
Black timeout? Question mark? Yes.
And then my lineup goes in, and then we skate a power. I'm like, and nobody's clapping.
Yeah.
Well, when we're in the penalty. So, if you have been here for this whole bout, you saw how close and how well protected everybody's leads were. But just with a little bit of power here and there, that score can really open up. So, as we stand right now, we have 128 for LA Derby Dolls and 88 San Diego Derby United, with approximately 5 minutes and 45 seconds left in this bout, last bout of the evening. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we have 2 penalties being sat by San Diego, one of them a jammer penalty. So that's why Stiletto's up there by herself. Jam's underway. Stiletto tries to creep through on the rail, is caught up by that defense, including Tiger Lily and Salty Siren. Who else is up there for San Diego? Snips. 12:56. Stiletto coming around on her first scoring pass. Black deciding to pull that goading strategy in the back. Trying to keep that goad on, make sure the pack doesn't split. Give Stiletto just 2 people to work on against in the front. Stefcon a last offensive sweep to get that last blocker out of the way. Stiletto coming around on scoring pass number 2. Power couple in the front for San Diego. We got Snips and Salty Siren trying to hold in Stiletto. Do they see Stiletto? They do, but they're unsuccessful at stopping her momentum. She's coming around with 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're out of time. Jaeger on the jammer line for LADD.
It looks like only 2 LA. Oh, no, I was mistaken.
1 black penalty and 2 blue.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, it looks like San Diego is down at least 1 more blocker, so a little tiny pack in there for San Diego. A slightly slimmer pack in there for LADD. Musket? Someone might be a Musket, I'm not sure. Once again, Jaeger Bomb on the jammer line for LADD.
And Sugar Rage. Sorry.
Again, Jaeger just on that coping, right through, out way before turn 1, coming around with a full head of steam. Sugar Rage just taken to the infield and therefore still in the pack. Jaeger Bomb taking advantage of there being not really any defensive structure, coming around on a second scoring pass. Sugar Rage working against a 3-wall of LADD skaters in the front. Tiger Lily successful at taking Jaeger out, but Jaeger resets just to be safe.
Meanwhile, Sugar Rage is out, but
Not
with
enough time. I know this is, one of those love-hate songs, but if this is your jam, let's go. We got Kim Kong on the jammer line for SCDU and StephCon
We
for
see
LADD.
you, Sandy and Volty. Hello.
Yeah, the crow's nest is lit. Okay, we have LA juniors with their pom-poms. Okay, we got a little jammer race going on. Kim Kong doesn't want any, says no thank you. Calls the jam. All right, we got Lala Tiburona on the jammer line for SDDU. And She Devil Egg for LADD. We're underway. Both in the middle, little jammer on jammer action. La Tiburona decides to hit She Deviled Egg, but she is out like a bar of soap in the front and is lead jam. Lala Tiburona still stuck behind and is also out. Coming around to score a solid blue wall in the back. See what Deviled Egg has to store. Pushes it right up in the middle. Calls the jam. Successfully earns 3 points there with that last-minute push at the end of a jam. Brings LADD up to 148 to San Diego Derby United's 88.
Once again, that is StephCon and Sugar Rage on the jammer line for LA and San Diego, respectively.
That's where it's at. I said it was love-hate. And we're underway. Sugar Rage able to keep her footing and out lead jam. StephCon with 1 to beat and does so. Coming around jammer race. Pack is high in turn 2, low in turn 2. Sugar Rage looking for any points that are available. StephCon with a lead change is currently lead. Sugar Rage in the back. StephCon takes advantage of the low. Comes around to keep skating. StephCon decides to come around for another scoring pass. They are successful at holding up Sugar Rage long enough for Steph to have approached all the way to the pack. Goes ahead and makes sure she gets a whole nother scoring pass before she calls the jam. Nine points recorded for StephCon. LADD now at 157 to San Diego Derby United's 92 with a nice score of 4 on that last jam by Sugar Rage. We got, is it power?
Oh my gosh, are we getting another Jaeger Bomb power jam? That'd be so cool.
Okay, we're adjusting the size of that pack there. Jaeger Bomb in there for LADD. We got 2 black blockers in the box, 1 blue. So the pack is again slim. You're coming through with a very smooth hockey stop there. Playing the slow game strategy. A blue wall in the back. Able to stop her forward momentum. Little matrixy moves here. Slow, slow, slow. In the back, taking some instruction.
It sounds like LA is trying to skate this game clean as to avoid a penalty jam.
Yes, 100%. We want to make sure that the penalty jam is avoided. So if you are in the lead and the game clock has expired and therefore the last jam is being skated and you skate clean, There will be no opportunities for your opponent who is not winning the game currently to get any more penalty jams. So no more opportunities to score if black is clean. Everybody's reporting in. I heard at least one penalty come in. Let's see with the whiteboard. It is on blue, so the game should have come to a natural end.
Technically, we're supposed to wait for the
I said
ref.
should.
I know.
Congratulations,
That was a very
LADD.
good game. It was a very
Fantastic.
good game.
I really enjoyed watching this. LA, take your victory lap. Take your victory lap.
Thank you all skating teams for a very good first day of Chingadera 2024, and we will see you back here at 8:15 tomorrow, everybody.
Yes, we'll see everybody in the morning. Thank you to our viewers online. Tell your friends that there's a rad roller derby tournament going on and to watch it tomorrow. Or if you live in Phoenix, come buy a ticket. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 8:15. This is all garbage, right?